So it's been about a month since I did the Arcade1Up Marvel vs. Capcom II review for the cabinet that I bought from Target. At the end of that review, I was basically left disappointed with the overall product and, well, to be honest, very disappointed with Arcade1Up themselves. And since posting that review, I reached out to the official Arcade1Up customer support team and stated all the issues I was having with my cabinet and looked for their official response to see if they could provide some support, if any. And what I got in turn was an email saying basically change out the power supply and use a different Arcade1Up power supply from a different cabinet and see if that changes anything. As if that would possibly change anything like input lag, lack of online play, stuttering, frame drops, game crashing, things like that I've been experiencing and numerous other purchasing customers have experienced on their Marvel vs. Capcom II cabinet. So I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I returned my machine for a full refund. I gave Arcade1Up a reasonable amount of time to go ahead and address and fix the issues, and they did absolutely nothing. In fact, the only thing they have done officially in any kind of newsworthy capacity since I did my Marvel vs. Capcom II review was do an extremely tone-deaf product announcement for their Killer Instinct Pro cabinet, a machine that costs $999 and still comes with faux T-molding, for crying out loud. I mean, seriously, T-molding is literally one of the cheapest components you can get for an arcade cabinet, and you guys are still putting that stick on. Regardless, they did a little bit of what is perceived as damage control response during that live stream, talking about Marvel vs. Capcom and the NFL Blitz arcade cabinet issues, and I really want to point out a couple of things that were said during that.
So I'm really happy to be here and to take on the tough question of what's going on with online for NFL Blitz and MVC2. And frankly, our primary focus was making sure that single player and campaign mode was running to the best of its ability, and online gameplay isn't quite ready to go live. And so we would rather sit, make sure it gets right, put additional resources behind it, and make sure it's the best possible product versus just rushing it out the door and having to deal with issues in real time.
Except rushing NFL Blitz or Marvel vs. Capcom 2 out the door and dealing with issues in real time is literally what your company did. In fact, at no point in time during the lead up to either one of those product releases did your company ever properly communicate that the #1 advertised feature, the online multiplayer, would not be included with NFL Blitz or Marvel vs. Capcom 2, for crying out loud. Something you already knew well in advance of the product releases, according to your own statement.
For Marvel's Capcom 2, currently we are working on improving the input lag. Obviously, some of the professional players or like the hardcore players, they're like, oh, there's input lags, the game is slowing down and everything like that. We know, right? It has been improved a lot. When you compare it from the first time when we revealed Marvel's Capcom 2 at EVO, you know, people could see kind of like there's like a lot of input lag right there, and it has improved tremendously, and we're trying to improve it more.
So in their own words, they just admitted to knowing about in advance that the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 cabinet was going to have input lag and slowdowns and performance issues right out of the gate, but it's okay because it's much more improved than it was at EVO, something that was covered by numerous content creators, and auspiciously none of them ever mentioned any input lag or slowdown or performance issues. But I digress, because it's okay, because Justin and Arcade1Up want you to be patient with them.
Just be patient with us. We want to make sure we give you the best experience as possible. You know, we would rather not put a bad online build so everyone can make bad YouTube videos about us, right? That's what it comes down to. But we want to make sure we have the best products out there for you, and that's what we're doing.
Look, I'm all for being patient, but patience is a little hard to come by when you already have consumers' money in your pocket. You want us to sit back and wait on you to do the job that you should have done before you ever release this product to the consumers.
You know, I do want to thank everyone for your support, for your feedback, your suggestions, and especially your constructive criticisms. I mean, we take it all to heart, and not only do we appreciate it, but we welcome it, and it only helps us to improve and get better. So, you know, we hear you loud and clear.
So in their own words, they welcome constructive criticism, and I think that's great. I want Arcade1Up to succeed. I want them to be successful. I just want them to go about doing it the right way.
Frankly, there are ways to get around this in terms of forward communication at a launch. roadmaps for DLC, which includes online gameplay as part of a launch strategy. And we're looking at all of those things.
In terms of how you can better yourselves, well, David, instead of looking into forward-thinking communications and DLC, things like that, how about you just literally be upfront with consumers of what they're going to get the day they purchase a product? Plain and simple. You don't need to look into it, you just need to do it. No consumer should ever have to do any guesswork as far as what features, functionality, and overall games listed, anything like that, are included on any of your products. They should know exactly what they're getting the day they purchase it, they open it up, and they power it on. Plain and simple.
And I apologize for not being as communicative as I should be, or as we should be. We know there are a lot of questions out there that are unanswered, but our recent releases.
John, I think you should probably stop surrounding yourself with so many people that tell you what you want to hear, and maybe go out on a limb and start talking to people that maybe tell you things you need to hear. Liv, maybe don't wear a bright green wig on a live stream during a tone-deaf presentation of a cabinet that is over a year and a half late, and one that your own company inadvertently spoiled the live stream reveal of the day before on all your social media accounts. And yeah, that's my 2 cents. That's my update. I was disappointed to have to box it up and return it, but I just felt like there was no choice. I felt like I would sit there, be waiting out on a limb for updates that may never come, and there's no guarantee that the updates, when they do come, are gonna be sufficient to what I was expecting on this Marvel vs. Capcom II arcade machine. Needless to say, not mad. I'm just disappointed, and I'm not trying to tell anybody, don't buy the products and boycott Arcade1Up. Do whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. I'm fine with that. I will support that. Like I said, I want to support this company. I just want to see them do better all across the board, because I think they could do better. They should do better. They just need to do better, and they choose not to currently for whatever reason at this time. So it is what it is. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, make sure you hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. I don't care. It is what it is. Thanks for watching anyways. Have a good one.